For our final project, I, Cambria, and Jessica will be exploring family dynamics and the role of family across different cultures. Families play a crucial role in shaping individuals throughout their development and often continue to influence one's identity, values, and decision-making across the lifespan. While families can serve as vital sources of support and protection, they can also contribute to stress and conflict. We will compare collectivist and individualist cultural frameworks, exploring how each shapes family roles, values, and different clinical implications for counselors.
Cambria and I decided to focus on the topic of family dynamics and the role of family in different cultures. We believe that family can significantly influence individual decisions and mental health, presenting both challenges and opportunities for deeper engagement. We both have a diverse group of friends, all with different family dynamics. Some friends have more collectivism family dynamics, while others have more individualistic family dynamics. Although family can provide unconditional love and support, foster a sense of belonging, and contribute to a stronger foundation, they can also influence our decisions in both positive and negative ways. As counselors, it is essential to understand the various family dynamics and the role of family in different cultures, as well as how their factors impact individuals. Some of the things we will cover are the difference between collectivism and individualism. We will also talk about the different cultures such as the Latinx community, Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders, American Indians and Native Americans and Alaskan Natives, Arab American, and then finally with white middle class American individualistic family roles. We will end the conversation with unconscious bias and microaggressions.
Cultural values related to individualism and collectivism significantly influence the role of the families and the therapeutic process. Individualistic culture emphasizes autonomy, self-reliance, individual achievement, competition, and an internal locus of control. In contrast, collectivist cultures prioritize the interest of the group over the individual, encouraging interdependence, respect for hierarchy, community harmony, and group-based achievement. These cultural orientations shape family dynamics, decision-making processes, and how clients perceive themselves in relations to others. For counselors, it is essential to assess whether a client's cultural background aligns more closely with individualism or collectivism, as this will influence treatment goals, communication styles, and definitions of success in therapy. Failing to recognize these cultural frameworks can lead to misunderstanding, misalignment of therapeutic interventions, and reduced client engagement. In Latin American cultures, familismo is a central cultural value that emphasizes family unity, respect, and tradition. Familismo consists of the immediate family and the extended family, which includes not only relatives but close family friends and godparents. Each member of the family has a designated role. For example, the mother is the caregiver, the father is the provider, the children are obedient, and the grandparents are wise counsel, and the godparents are a resource. Familismo is expressed through mutually supportive relationships between generations, a strong sense of family solidarity, and frequent shared time with both immediate and extended family members. These connections contribute to resilience and serve as a cultural resource. Familismo involves a deep sense of loyalty and prioritizing the needs of close family and friends over one's own needs. Due to these strong familial and societal ties, Latinx individuals may often rely on their support networks before turning to professional help. While familismo serves as a source of strength and resilience for many Latinx families, the emotional involvement and responsibility tied to numerous family and social relationships can also become a source of stress, especially when family expectations conflict with an individual's well-being. Counselors may need to consider both nuclear and extended family perspectives when understanding the client's concerns, and develop solutions that balance cultural values with external societal pressures. Counselors should also determine the familial resources the client has for support and guidance, discuss the possible participation of family members in therapy, and discuss the possible negative consequences of achieving the determined goals for the client and their family, and consistently evaluate the client and/or family's response to the chosen therapeutic approach.
Family dynamics within Asian American and Pacific Islander or AAPI communities can significantly impact counseling practices and the therapeutic relationship. Here are several considerations that are important for counselors working with AAPI clients. AAPI cultures often prioritize family and community over individualism. Counselors should recognize that a client's family may be involved in therapy and that family opinions can significantly influence decision making. Involving family members in the counseling process when appropriate can create a more supportive environment for the client. Many AAPI cultures value respect for elders and authority figures. Counselors should be mindful of power dynamics and establish rapport by demonstrating respect. This may involve addressing clients formally or acknowledging the roles of family members. AAPI clients may exhibit indirect communication styles, valuing harmony and avoiding conflict. Counselors should be attentive to nonverbal cues and subtle messages. Creating a safe space for clients to express their thoughts and feelings is essential. There may also be a significant stigma associated with seeking mental health support in many AAPI communities. Counselors must approach discussions about mental health sensitively and work to normalize help-seeking behavior within the family context. Cultural traditions and beliefs can play a critical role in shaping a client's worldview. Counselors should inquire about cultural practices and how they influence the client's understanding of mental health, relationships, and coping strategies. First-generation immigrants may experience conflicts with their children who are influenced by different cultural norms. Counselors can assist families in navigating these conflicts by facilitating open communication and understanding between generations. AAPI communities are not monolithic. Different ethnic groups may have unique cultural practices, beliefs, and values. Counselors should approach each client as an individual and be aware of the specific cultural content influencing their experiences. Many AAPI families place a high value on education and career success, which can lead to pressure and anxiety for individuals. Counselors should explore how these expectations impact the client's self-esteem, identity, and mental health. By being culturally competent and sensitive to these dynamics, counselors can foster a more effective therapeutic relationship and better support AAPI clients in their mental health journeys.
In Arab American cultures, family connection is highly valued. Family needs are often emphasized over the needs of the individuals. Parents continue to be actively involved in their child's life for as long as possible. In more traditional families, a patriarchal structure is more common, with men acting as the primary authority figure and women are responsible for instilling cultural values in and raising children. Often, boys are advised by older men and girls by older women. Valuing collectivism, traditional Arab culture views individual accomplishments or failures as reflective of the entire family. This collective responsibility can contribute to heightened stress or anxiety, particularly when individuals feel pressure to uphold family reputation. At the same time, strong family and community ties serve as protective factors, helping individuals cope with experiences of prejudice and discrimination. In times of personal difficulty, family resources and support are often mobilized to address challenges collectively. It is important to recognize that Arab Americans represent a diverse population, and recent immigrants may hold more traditional cultural values and beliefs. Counselors should collaborate closely with each client or family to understand their unique lifestyle, belief system, and the role religion plays in their lives. It is also essential to assess whether acculturation-related conflicts are contributing to the stress within a family. Given the strong emphasis on family in Arab culture, the goal of individualization may not align with cultural values and could be inappropriate in some cases. Instead, therapy can focus on fostering healthy, respectful relationships within the family unit. Counselors should also be aware that families with more traditional orientations may be hesitant to discuss personal or familial problems, or to express negative emotions in therapy. Holistic approaches that involve family members or draw on support from religious or community networks may be better received by clients who hold more traditional values.
In American Indian, Native American, and Alaskan Native communities, the tribe is of fundamental importance. It provides security, a sense of belonging, and cultural education. Individuals tend to see themselves as an extension of the tribe. Their collectivistic values promote wanting to ensure the greater good. With that being said, many American Indian people judge their actions based on whether their behavior benefits their tribe and community. There is not one type of American Indian family. Different tribes have different family structures, some being matriarchal and some being patriarchal. However, the extended family is viewed as a basic unit. The extended family includes relatives, close friends, and elders. Children are often raised by different relatives, such as aunts, uncles, and grandparents in different households. Grandparents and elders socialize youth, assist families, impart wisdom, and pass down cultural traditions as the knowledge keepers of the tribe. Counselors should discuss the client and client's family association with the tribe and community, in addition to the importance they place on rituals and ceremonies, access problems from multiple viewpoints, including the clients, the extended families, and, if appropriate, the tribal community. Determine goals that include the family, tribe, and extended family perspectives involved, family members if appropriate, and consider the possible consequences for their clients, extended family, and community.
In white European American culture, rugged individualism is seen as the dominant cultural assumption. Rugged individualism involves the idea that the individual is the primary unit. The individual has primary responsibility. Independence and autonomy are highly rewarded, and the individual can control the environment. The goal of becoming your own person and independent is seen as healthy. A traditional nuclear family is seen as the standard, in which individuals are raised to be independent. Individuals have primary responsibility for their own actions, and they should be internally directed and controlled, considering their own needs with primary importance. As a counselor, it is essential to be aware of potential biases that can negatively impact clinical judgment and the impact of stereotypes. While we have discussed different cultural values throughout this presentation, it is important to only apply what is actually applicable to your client. Just because something is true for another member of their community, it does not mean that it is true for them. It is important for counselors to recognize their implicit bias. According to Hagiwara 2019, implicit bias is, quote, subconscious negative racial or diversity attitudes that are activated spontaneously, end quote. Implicit bias can unconsciously shape how we perceive and interact with individuals from different identities, often without our awareness. These biases can influence our tone, body language, assumptions, and decision-making in subtle but impactful ways. Because implicit bias operates beneath conscious awareness, it often manifests through microaggressions. Sue 2022 explains that microaggressions are, quote, everyday slights, put-downs, invalidations, and insults directed to socially devalued group members by well-intentioned people who often are unaware that they have engaged in such biased and harmful behaviors, end quote. Both implicit bias and microaggressions are rooted in subconscious beliefs and societal conditioning, which makes them difficult to detect and address without intentional reflection and education. For counselors, this underscores the importance of ongoing self-awareness, cultural humility, and supervision to reduce the likelihood of unknowingly harming clients and to foster more inclusive, affirming therapeutic relationships. When a counselor commits a microaggression against their client, it causes a chasm in the therapeutic alliance. It is important for the counselor to be receptive and respectful of the client and take accountability. Having an open and honest conversation can help repair the therapeutic alliance. If a counselor finds themselves in this situation, they should reflect on their beliefs and engage in more education and thoughtfulness practices.